Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, I'm going to be using the legendary Suzuki Escudo at Le Mans. Now in this particular build, I had a request to do this build using the Suzuki VGT Group 3 engine swap. So in this episode, I'll be covering a step-by-step process on how to get the car, how to acquire the engine swap, the setup, and of course the race itself. This particular build should be pretty simple, pretty easy, very quick as well, and should pretty much guaranteed a win at Le Mans using this particular swap. And I would say also, if you want to try this swap at Sardinia, you can as well, because it just works very well in the car, even helping it with the fuel economy as well. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this episode. So the first stage course is going to be how to find the car. This car can only be found exclusively at the Legends car dealership. At this time, unfortunately, it is not here. You can see there's all the Legends cars that's currently in the dealership, and it's no signs of it here. So hopefully soon in the near future, it'll be here. And if you already have this car, we can go into the next step. Of course, the next step is going to be about this particular engine swap. In order to buy this engine swap at GT Auto, you have to be at least collector level 50. You can see I'm already maxed out at level 70. And here's the swap right here, the V8 Suzuki VGT Group 3 engine. Now, take notice that there is a lot of red. The reason why that's the case is because this car is already tuned with the high RPM turbocharger kit. So there's a good chance that if we did not have that kit in this car already, I think there could have been possibly maybe one or two extra blues. But despite that, the engine is a really, really good engine for this car. Of course, you do gain a little bit of weight. The max power not be as good, or the max torque may not be as great compared to the original Escudo with the high RPM turbocharger kit. But the main factor is going to be the fuel economy. It's going to be a little bit of an improvement compared to driving the stock Escudo. So if you're wondering on how to actually get this engine alternatively, just go to your garage, go to tuning parts, and you can see right here, I actually do have this engine. There it is right there. And the only main difference you can tell if you do have that engine is you can see the color of this particular bar is a lighter shade gray compared to the rest of the other engines. Most importantly, right on the top right corner of that bar, you can see the word compatible. If you see that on any particular car, you can use that engine ticket and pretty much redeem it and just do yourself a free swap without having to reach level 50 or without having to use any credits. Now here is the livery that I'll be using for this particular episode. Should be pretty easy to find. Of course, there's the hashtags right there if you want check them out. Also, if you would also want to follow me in the game as well, of course, here's some instructions you can do to follow me in the game. That way, if you do see a livery that I've made up already or share a livery, you can just basically copy it to your collection. Now, this particular livery is actually optional because I don't really think it does matter what rims you use for the car. The PP point should not be really affected by it. So here's a first look of our very first build picture. Pretty simple. Racing hard tires, of course, the fully customized differential, the torque vectoring center suspension. You can copy if you want to. What really matters is to copy both the downforce and the transmission, I would say. But most importantly, the downforce, because it does, in fact, pretty much changes your PP setting. So if you want to go ahead, just take a screenshot or just pause the episode and just copy it to your build, you can. For the other part of the list, here is the back page, and you can see the only thing here added, of course, is the turbocharger, saying that there's a high RPM turbocharger, and that's going to be literally it for this build. Overall, this should be generally a very easy build, so there really isn't going to be really no nerfing of the engine. I would think there shouldn't really be any nerfing. If it is, it's probably just very, very small. And of course, if you somehow mess it up by a little bit, I would recommend just re-look at it just one more time just to make sure all the numbers match up correctly. And then once that happens, everything is correctly, you should be good to go. So as you can see for the race, this car is really good. Acceleration is a lot good. The good thing about this particular engine swap compared to the original Escudo is the original Escudo has a really bad turbo lag. If you manage to accidentally misshift a gear too early, then you will be able to be severely punished doing that. But thankfully for this engine, you don't have to worry about that. You can shift anytime you want to. I did shift about probably 30% of the RPM tracker, at least. That's because this particular engine has a unique characteristic. The Suzuki VGT Group 3 engine, for some reason, if you have it bopped, it actually does go faster if you actually early shift. Now with high RPM turbocharger, I don't think it really matters at all, but I still went ahead and did it anyway, not only just to do that, but also to pretty much save a little bit of fuel too. So that's why I went ahead and early shifted earlier than what the game intended me on doing. But as you can see, as we go through the first chicane, as we approach the second chicane on the main straight, we're going to go ahead and take the lead away from this race, and we're pretty much going to drop the hammer and just run away from it. So let's go ahead and fast forward to our very first pit stop, which is going to be occurring on lap number 2. And all I'll be doing here is going to be refueling the car with fuel. And of course, you can see there is a possible chance of rain showing up in the race, but for right now, I think we're pretty much still in a safe spot to stick with these tires. So I'm just going to pretty much stay where we're at on tires and just refuel the car with fuel. Fast forward to lap 4. It is a bit more sunnier, more clearer, even though there's that rain is still flirting of showing up. So we're still going to do the same process we did with our first pit stop. Going to go ahead and pretty much do the same thing. Just refill the car with fuel, and that's going to be it for pit stop number 2. And as we fast forward to what's going to be our last pit stop, which is going to occur later in the race, it's going to be around lap number 6. And if you may have guessed it, we're going to be doing the same exact thing. It's going to be refueling the car with fuel, and that's going to be it for all our pit stops in Le Mans. But saying that, the car very quick, really good acceleration, really good speed too. You should easily outperform every single car in this race without any effort at all. I mean, the car felt really good. These are one of these cars that you can know that you can pretty much flat out dominate in this race. So we went ahead and fast forward all the way to the end of the race, and you can see we went ahead and put down a good bit of mini AI drivers a lap down. As we approach the very last chicane, we're going to go ahead and finish off this race, and we actually were able to do a 3:58 for our total time. So that just shows how fast this car is around this track. So able to get ourselves a very clean race, very quick, very easy. So if you do have the car and swap, I would recommend doing that. Now for my next project is going to be using the D2 Pantera. It is actually officially back in the used car dealership, and it's just going to be a swap build for Tokyo Expressway 600. So I'm going to be looking forward for that and just see what I can do with this car for an up-to-date build. So we're going to be transforming this car from this to a much powerful version of this car. So cannot wait and see what we can do with this lovely machine. So until then, I'll see you guys later, and take care.
Thank you again for watching today's episode. Hopefully this particular tune has helped you out in the game. Hopefully it will also give you some more grades in the game as well. If you want to check out my other social outlets, such as Reddit and TikTok, there they are right there listed on to the left side of the screen. For Discord, I'll have to update it. That link is not correct. But if there's a particular tune that you guys like for me to try out, you're more than welcome to put in any suggestions in the comments below as well. And I'll cover some more other different builds too in the near future. Until then, I'll see you guys later and take care.